So this video is gonna be for me though. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about am I gonna quit social media in the near future? And this is the question. I've been talking about this quite a lot. I've been thinking about it since the past few years of the addiction of social media. But I asked my question to myself a couple of times, like, wasn't I a lot happier before social media existed? I mean, when I was young, I used to remember cassette tapes were still a thing. I remember watching the old movies of rated R movies from cassette tapes when I put it back in, rewind it to look at cool scenes. I used to remember one of those times that we have cassette tapes. It was a really good memory, and I used to remember PlayStation 1 still exists. I remember flip phones were actually still a thing. I remember phones like uh, that has a tip in it, you know. I used to remember those things. I'm never gonna forget about it. About the cassette tapes and the books that we used to read when we were young. I mean, the reason why I want to make this video is just because about the addiction of social media. The truth, since I've been starting YouTube since 2014. And I've been starting using Facebook since 2014, but I deleted it couple months ago since during April 2018. The reason why I shut off my Facebook is because I didn't really feel like I was myself anymore. Every time I always kept relying people on a screen all day. I was so depressed, and I hate myself for doing that. It affected my relationship. It affected my time, my grades, everything I worked hard for. Like when I was trying to pass a driver's test, you know, and it affected my budget to spend things. It affected my relationship with people, what I want to talk to face. Because the thing is, I know it wouldn't make sense. I can't keep relying people on a screen all day. I mean, I need a when I'm out in the real world, I want to be out. I want to talk to people in real life rather than looking at my phone all day. And it's just like, I mean, back in social media, there's a few good things about it, but the majority of it was really was really frustrating because I've seen multiple cyberbullying, maniacal witch hunts of ruining people's reputations, and it's also could be blamed of the obsession of identity politics of both liberal, both left and right. The politics. I don't want to be very political on this video. I just want to talk about the crucifixion of social media. It really divides us into different places. It makes the whole world crumbled, and it was also blamed for the fan wars of K-pop. I've been a K-pop fan for a long time. I started listening to K-pop since 2009. I mean, I used to remember K-pop back then was actually all about having fun, listening to music. And when social media started, it became a fan war, colliding like BTS, EXO fan war, Sang fans. I was like, it frustrates me to see that why social media just like divides us away as every different level. This is related because I remember you guys remember when K-pop was actually still a thing. You guys remember when you listen to K-pop, you guys remember that it wasn't like that. Because the K-pop that I know was all about just listening to music and just enjoy it. But right now, K-pop's more about fan wars. It's all about the numbers and shit. It's what it is, and it's why social media can cause us depression. It causes more stress. It can cause us a lot of stress that that we don't know of, because it's called a dopamine, because every time when you get a dopamine, it feels good. You know, it's the exact same chemical. It's when we smoke, when we drink, and when we eat, and when we play. It's like that. The whole social media thing. I mean, like I said before, I've been thinking about making this video just for me. It's just like the thing about social media. It turns us something very, very violently different, because we see things like the college campus snowflakes. We see a lot of things that are getting way crazy. I don't want to go into too much detail, because everything what I saw is a superficial snapshot. Yes, I use Instagram and Twitter quite a bit, but the more older I get, the less time I'll be using it, because if I ever had a job, I'm never gonna use social media again in the future. I don't care how good it looks. I don't care how fun what I missed, because I can't keep relying on social media all day. What I need to rely is actually how I need to invest my time carefully. And I kept saying to myself, hey, Jason, why do you always keep wasting your time? Why do you always avoid people who they really want to talk to you? You know? I was frustrated at myself. I didn't feel like who I really was anymore. It was bad. It was bad for my health. It was bad for everything what I've done. And there's time that I can't get back. If you look at other videos that people made about how social media destroys your life, it does. They're not wrong. Go ask the people who use it or who don't use it. You know, but I am gonna use Twitter but I'm still gonna use Twitter, Instagram quite a bit. I mean, there's some funny things, but I'm not gonna use it in the near future when I'm like 20 or more years old, more than that, my age. And like I said before about the Facebook thing that I deactivated, like I don't really want to use it anymore. Never will, because the problem with like I said before about social media, this is related to everything. Like I said before, like about Facebook, every time when I use Facebook, I kept posting a lot of photos. I kept posting a lot of K-pop. I kept posting all that stuff. But after when I used it, I had no regrets of shutting down my Facebook, because I I never felt like myself anymore. I never was. It was so depressing. It was hard for me to keep myself on time. It wasted everything what I've been trying to do. It's really hard. It's really hard for me to keep my time in track. I try to do everything whatever I can to do good things around the world, but I can't anymore. When I still use social media, I mean, it was good back then, but right now it was not, because social media can be blamed on every level. Comes to fan wars, like I mentioned before. It can be blamed for identity politics. It could be blamed for everything what it all started. I know what I said isn't really true, but this video is still for me. I mean, first of all, before I when I I'm trying to put this. It's hard for me to say things right now, because I couldn't really figure out what am I gonna do. Just so you know, as consumers, when we use social media, if you're one of those people who use social media, or if you're one of those people who don't, we're all addicted. We need to modify our behavior before it modifies us permanently. We need to escape from the electronic zombie machine. So I would say to myself, turn off all notification, or log out your account if you go on the real world. And I would say leave your phone in a different area whether you do it. And if it's not essential for you, then quit social media. There's no point being a public figure if you're gonna do something. I mean, there's no point of using social media, because how is that really gonna help you impact your life? It doesn't. There's no excuse, because if we keep using this platform that controls our minds, we're not in the real world. We can't interact with people face to face. We can't. I mean, if we can't interact with people face to face, then we don't have social skills in real life. We need to go on the real world and just speak to people who we agree or disagree with. It doesn't matter whether political or not. The only thing that we need to care more is that we need to learn who these people are in person. We can't rely people on a screen to say, fuck this guy or fuck this person. We can't. I don't know, guys, but like I said, the more older I get, the more I'm gonna deactivate my social media accounts, because I'm trying to get a job, because in the future I want to get a job, go on the real world, do some hands-on I want to do something out in the real world that makes me feel a lot more happier. Like I want to do some welding. I want to do some art. That's what I'm an advocate for as an artist. I've done drawings. I've done building. I want to be an aerospace manufacturer. I've always wanted to do that, build planes. I want to invest my time on things out in the real world, not on relying on a screen. But here's the thing: if you're one of those people who still use YouTube, it's okay. You can use YouTube, because YouTube was known for. You can use it if you need it for an instructional guide, or you want to use it to relax. That's okay. But the moment you waste your time just looking at videos, that's completely very bad. So yes, I do use YouTube a lot, mostly as an informational guide, as to look up news. I use that quite a lot, So yeah, like I said before, if you're one of those people who use or don't use social media, you need to limit your time before it limits you. Because if you can't limit your time, you're more likely to. It's more difficult for people to feel empathy, because empathy is a very important thing in real life, because it's more difficult for people to trust people in real life, because it affects everything in your mind. If you watch Prince EA's video about how we need to fix our problems, like how we cannot rely people on a smartphone all day. Yes, I am recording it on my iPhone 6, but I'm just making a video just telling you, like, we need to limit our time before it limits us permanently. Go look up at Paul Joseph Watson's video. Go look up on that, because he talks specifically how social media. Go watch his video, because go watch other people's videos of how social media can ruin your life. Do I think social media is bad? There are some good There are some good things, but the majority of it is horrifying. Everything is horrifying when it comes to politics, when it comes to things that we can or cannot criticize. Fan wars, toxic fan base. That's what social media is used for, to make us feel more addictive, though. So anyway, I hope this video clarifies it. I hope you guys can understand. I don't really care. Before I end this video, I just want to let you know, I don't really remember the net neutrality that I mentioned a couple months ago. You know what I want to say right now? I want to say right now, I don't really care if net neutrality is gonna. I don't care if I ever want to use the internet anymore, because the rest of the internet, or whether net neutrality still exists. I don't really care. I don't really care if net neutrality is dead or not, because you know the majority of the internet is full of toxic. Everything in the internet is toxic. Believe me, you'll understand. Just take a look at everything what's going on around the internet. Like I said before about fan bases, biases everywhere. It's just it drives. This is what drives me nuts about uh, the internet and social media, both ways, you know. But you know, I don't really care either way. I just, like I said before, I want to go on the real world and do some things physically. Like I want to go to, like for an example, I want to travel around to different countries like Norway or Japan or South Korea to go to concerts in real life, or or I want to go out to different cities I haven't gone to, you know, just to have some fun. You know, like I said, I want to go on the real world rather than relying people on a screen all day on social media. But, you know, because, like I said before on the first start of the video, after when I quit Facebook, I was a lot happier. I was I felt so much better after when I quit Facebook. Because Facebook has put me through a lot of shit, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. I was never the same person like I was before, but I've changed differently. You know, I don't feel like, because the thing I hate about social media, because everything is all liberal and left wing, and I'm never gonna be part of the Democratic plantation ever again. I'm never gonna be on the Democratic plantation ever again. I don't care. You can unsubscribe to me if you want. I don't care if you're a liberal or conservative. You can unsubscribe to me whether you're a leftist or a right winger, because I don't want to. Because everything I see from social media is all liberal, like way liberal these days. Like, I mean, this drives you nuts about whether you, I want to mention this, whether you love Trump or hate Trump. I mean, whatever. I don't really care if you guys love Trump or hate Trump. I mean, you know, it really doesn't matter though. Because I'm sick of the identity politics. You know, like, I don't really care. Like I said before, anyway, that's all I'm gonna have to say. I know what I said is actually a bit of mixed bag of both political and why it is, but that's all I'm gonna just say. You know, let me know what you guys think. Please follow me wherever you can. You know, you can agree or disagree with me in the comment section below. You can follow me on any social media if you want to. I'm not sure if I'll use it again, but thank you guys for watching this video. You can unsubscribe to me if you want. I don't really care if you guys unsubscribe to me, because you know, because I'm tired of myself because of thinking that I was happy of doing this, like using social media. I still want to make YouTube videos for you guys, because I do that just to have fun. You know, YouTube actually became my therapy quite a bit, but YouTube's been a weird position right now. So, you know, I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys, if you're still using social media, you need to limit your time as much as possible though. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, peace the fuck out.